Hi, my name is Steve Wiideman of Wiideman Consulting Group. A year ago, you wouldn't have recognized me. I'd gained so much weight that my family was teasing me about my beer belly. I had what you might call the traditional dad bod. I met Mike Warren in December of 2020, and he helped me get out of the rut of being in this dad bod position. He taught me how to eat better, how to make sure I'm getting enough sleep, how to make sure I'm using a workout that's conducive to trying to get rid of all this body fat. And he also helped me to make sure that I'm in the right mindset and how I'm thinking about my life and my diet, my routine, and my habits. Having served in the U.S. Army in the 90s, I had some discipline already instilled in me, and it was very depressing to look back and say, wow, that was me. And now, I'm this overweight dad bod. I was up to 220 pounds. And granted, my normal weight was around 130 to 160. So 15 years later, I'm looking at myself like, what happened? It was a really tough paradigm shift for me. So thanks to Mike Warren and his Ditch the DadBod program, I've been able to not only lose the weight, I've been able to gain some muscle, and my wife and family are noticing when they see me. They're like, wow, the dad bod is gone, and Dad, you look great. And I'm getting compliments. I'm getting smiled at by people who wouldn't give me the time of day before. I feel somewhat attractive again. I feel like I'm getting my life back. And let me walk you through just very briefly some of the things that I did in this program. And as you know, I told you it took me 15 years to get there. I won a lot of awards. I've done some amazing things for the community, but I've always sort of put myself last. And now I have a blend of both. I'm balancing what I'm doing with my career and my family, my life, with what I'm doing for myself. So let's talk about what kind of things Mike helped me through, what the Ditch the DadBod program did for me. Starting with what I was eating. I didn't realize this, but a lot of what I was eating was actually making my stomach inflamed. A lot of the grains and the breads, were hurting me more than helping me. And of course, there's lots of that kind of stuff in beer and IPAs, things that I was, partaking of almost daily. Now I'm on a real lean diet, eating some pretty incredible foods. I'm eating steaks, I'm eating berries, I'm eating my favorite cheeses, and I swear it's not some big Atkins diet thing where you're completely restricted of some of the things that you really like. In fact, I'm finding that I like the things I'm eating now more than what I was eating before. I'm still getting to eat berries and some things that aren't just meat and cheeses, and it's been amazing. And I feel great. I wake up with energy. It's just a whole nother world for me. The second thing is movement. This is hard. This is something that will keep a lot of folks who just don't have it in them to make that first step. Having a little bit of military background gave me somewhat of an advantage, but you have to remember, I couldn't even do push-ups or pull myself up on a pull-up bar. So I was really out of shape, and it was disheartening. But I did. I decided I'm gonna do this. I got up every morning. I went out there. I was in a full sweat, doing the workout routine that Mike had recommended, using an application that made it really easy to follow along. But the workout itself was tough. There were moments where I just wanted to stop, and there were moments I did stop. But the difference was I got back on the horse and I kept going. I didn't just say, forget it, I'm done for the day. I gave myself a break. I walked around for a second. I shook it off. I got back right on it. I finished my set. I did what I needed to do, and it made such a huge difference. That was in December, January, February. It's now April. So 4 months later, I'm down to a 32 waist size, which is what I was in high school. I feel amazing. I don't have totally ripped abs yet, but I'm getting there. I can actually see them coming through, which is amazing. And it's night and day. I can fit into clothes that I never thought I'd fit into again. I got rid of all my old 38s, and 36s, and being in a 32 feels freaking amazing. And it was the workout that played a big part in that. A lot of weightlifting, a lot of really putting stress on your arms and your stomach. And someone like me who's in their 40s can't do a lot of that right away. And I learned a quick lesson and had to shift my schedule around to be able to not overdo myself. And I found that balance. I didn't give up, and it worked. Again, a lot of folks would say, you know what, this isn't working for me. So you optimize your routine until it does work for you. The next thing is mindset. With mindset, I was able to really sit down, do a daily journal. What am I eating? What's my workout routine look like? What am I getting accomplished that's working toward my big picture goals, the things I really want to do? Mike helped me keep perspective. As eccentric and loud and crazy as he can be, He's actually a very, very brilliant businessman, and he understood me. He understood me as a CEO, as a president of a small company with a team of 9. He understood what I was going through and was able to give me a vision of where I could be at. And thinking about and envisioning that every day has really helped me get closer to those goals. And I'm spending my time on things that are really important now and letting those little things go. The last thing that's really made an impact in this program for me has been sleep. I started where I was just using a watch, and I was monitoring how many hours I was sleeping, how well I was sleeping, using some apps. Mike turned me on to this Aura ring that now every night records my sleep habits. It records how restful I am. It records how aware and how in the moment I should be, how ready I should be for the day. And that's helped me to get to bed a little bit earlier. It's helped me to maybe sleep in a little bit more on days where I'm not doing heavy workouts. Maybe now I'll do my cardio day and stretch and get up a little bit later. So between the food and between the movement and the exercise, including the mindset and the sleep, all those things have played an instrumental part in my daily routine. They're now part of my life. They're now part of what I'm going to be doing the rest of my life. I've developed good habits that are culminating into a great body, into tons of energy, right? If you would have saw me in December, you're like, what's wrong with this guy? I feel great, I look great, at least I feel like I look great, my family tells me I look great, and I'm doing amazing at my business. And I have Mike Warren and Ditch the DadBod to thank for it. And my name is Steve Wiideman, and if you want to talk to me anytime about my experience with Mike and the Ditch the DadBod program, please don't hesitate to find me online. Again, my name is Steve Wiideman, and thank you for watching, and thank you, Mike. Your program's amazing, and I just want to preach it to everybody. Thanks again for everything.